My name is Tony, and I'm with IK Multimedia, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Amplitube 2 Jimi Hendrix edition. This is the newest addition to the effects family. IK Multimedia is really famous for making a lot of different synth plugins and effects plugins. We have the Total Bundle series. And the Total Bundle series, you got your workstations, you got your effects, and you got your Total Studio, which is everything we make. In the workstation bundle, there's three. There's Sample Tank, Sonic Synth, and Miroslav Philharmonic. Now these are workstations. These are like plugins, instruments for your computer. You plug in, it's like putting a keyboard workstation inside your computer. So you get all the power and versatility of a whole keyboard workstation like a Yamaha Motif or a Roland Phantom or something like that. You're going to get that right inside your computer. And the advantage to this is like mobility, for example. You can put it on a laptop like what I've got here, and you can rock out anywhere you go. Like I travel on the train a lot, I use airplanes a lot, I'm traveling over the world very often, and this lets me continue to make music very easily with all my sounds that I need right here. In addition to that, you've got your effects bundle. Now the effects, you've got your Amplitube 2, which is guitar amp modeling effects, which means we have actually taken real pieces of gear from all different companies, and we've modeled them. We put them in together, and we put them in here. So you've got like tons and tons of guitar effects in here, which I use for keyboards, I use for guitars, I use for vocals. It's just a really all-around good effects, bundle. Then you've got Ampeg SVX for your bass amps. You've got Classic Studio Reverb, which is one of the best reverbs I've ever heard, and I don't just say that because I work for the company. I really, really believe this thing just smokes, and if you have a chance to try the demo, I would definitely recommend it. And then we've got T-Rax, which is mastering and EQ and mixing effects. With the T-Rax, you've got really 5 kinds of effects inside of it. Okay, you've got your EQ, you've got your compressor, you've got a multi-band limiter, you've got a soft clipper, then you've got everything at once. So if you just want to use a bunch of like EQs or a bunch of compression or a bunch of like multi-band limiters, you can do that. And this is such a great addition to anybody who's got any like M-Box, anything from DigiDesign, like an M-Box or Digio 2 or Digio 3, anything like that. You've got all your bases covered right here for a very, very realistic price. So you're not spending thousands of dollars for just some mixing and mastering plugins. These are great, great pieces of gear. And like I was saying, this is our newest edition. It's the Amplitube 2 Jimi Hendrix edition. This is based on the same technology we used to make Amplitube 2. So we've modeled the gear that Jimi Hendrix used in his career. Okay. Now the pedals, we've taken some of his most famous pedals that he used, for example, like the Fuzz Face or the Octavia, the Univibe, his wah-wah pedal. We've got them all in here. They're all modeled in here. So you've got the Octave V, which is a model based on the Octavia. You've got the Univ, which is a model based on the Univibe, which sounds amazing. This thing is so warm and so just beautiful. And you've got the Opto Tremolo, you've got the wah-wah, the Right Fuzz, and the Fuzz 1. And these are basically the staple sounds of like classic rock. But what I found, which is really cool, is that you can actually use these to create all kinds of contemporary sounds as well. You're not just like, restricted to classic rock sounds. I mean, you might like classic rock, and that's great. But for a lot of like, people who are coming up to these days who really aren't such huge fans of Jimi Hendrix, maybe, then you've got all these options for creating your own tones as well. If you do want to create that Jimi Hendrix sound, you can go in here to the presets, and you can select the discography. So the discography has Are You Experienced, The Axis Bold as Love, and The Electric Ladyland, his 3 recorded albums that were studio recordings. And then you've got every song on the album broken down here into the different parts that you can actually go in. So for example, if you wanted to do the if you wanted to do Fire solo, so you click on the solo and you can bring up the Octave V pedal here, and you've got the Marshall amp, and you've got the cabinet here, and you've got the EQ in the rack. So you can go, and if I play the Fire solo here, if I play it, this is with nothing on it. Right, so that's no effect turned off. Now let's turn the effect on, and you can hear how it's going to sound. Close that. Oh. And then we've got the chorus fire as well. Now if I want to go down here, I go to my discography, I just change it here, go to the chorus, boom, play. And you can see that the pedal is turned off. And if I want to turn it on, if I want to get it going again with more distortion, so you can easily just change the sound with a click of the button. And you can go over here, you can change your bass. Go in here and change all this stuff. And then, for example, there's like Foxy Ladies in here and Purple Haze. That's pretty cool. Let's get in here, get down to this there. So it's pretty cool, and you can get a lot of different variations out of it for like those classic Hendrix songs. But what you can also do, and in here is in the, we set up as some presets in here, you've got just tons and tons of just various presets for the different amps. So you've got the different Fender presets, and you've got your Marshall preset as well for the American vintage ones and the British lead. These are based on the Fenders and the Marshalls that he used. So you can get in here and you can play around with these. You can add in different pedals and totally just create some really, really cool tones out of these.